Good morning, this is Jeana at Art of Skincare, and I'm doing a live today to talk to you about the importance of changing up your skincare as we move into the warmer summer months. Many of us through the winter time, for me personally, and the way I coach my clients is to use a little stronger correctives, do a few little peels through the fall and winter. So we're really resurfacing the skin, keeping it in really great shape. We're using more glycolic resurfacing creams. We're using our stronger retinols. But as we move into late spring and into summer, we start getting more sun exposure. So if you're like me and you're one of those people that loves to be outdoors, bike riding, playing tennis, swimming, all of that fun stuff, when we start doing that, we need to be careful about what we're putting on the skin because strong exfoliants and retinols actually increase sun sensitivity. When we have increased sun sensitivity, we're going to see more collagen damage and we're going to see collagen loss. You know, the sun actually triggers the release of an enzyme in our skin that digests away the collagen. So we want to have plump, juicy collagen. We don't want that dehydrated, crepey kind of skin that can happen when we lose too much collagen. So in the summer months, we've got to take steps to protect that collagen. The other thing that happens in the summer, if you're like me, you start collecting dark spots. Those little dark spots are little mementos of our fun days spent in the sun, that uneven pigmentation that comes from sun exposure and from photo damage. So through the summer, we want to minimize the amount of damage to our collagen and damage to our melanocytes or to those pigment producing cells in our skin. Our skin produces that pigment to try and protect itself. So we need to give it some extra support. We need to support the skin in ways that prevent that need to produce too much melanin. So with all of those kind of things in mind, I like to put together a nighttime corrective routine that is what I call summer safe. So a lot of my clients, unless you're on a real minimalist routine, most of my clients are doing a little bit of skin cycling at night. Skin cycling is a fancy term for rotating between your active ingredients, your active serums, and your more hydrating serums and renewing products in the nighttime. So for my clients who like to do that little bit of skin cycling and rotating in the evenings, I have a routine that I put together for you guys. I'm super excited about it. I've been testing it out myself. I'm in love with it. It comes from Sorella Apothecary. And these particular ingredients that I've chosen are the powerhouse ingredients that you need to support your skin during those hot summer months where you're very exposed to the elements. So let's dive into this skin cycling routine that I've created for you guys. Now on my website, if you go there, you will see that I actually created this routine in a little kit for you guys, those of you who just want to jump in and get going on it. Now this kit is linked below with the products that I'm also going to be talking about, so you can go and check them out. This kit is going to come with a free watermelon mint hydrating mist, and it's so refreshing. I love that stuff. So let's get started. Let's talk about what we're doing. So skin cycling, we're going to change from night to night what we're using, but we're going to keep it pretty simple because simple is easier. So on night one, or we would call it really once per week, I am using the Sorella Vitamin C and Ferulic pads. These pads are amazing. It's a two-step system, and they're put together for you to actually smooth the texture of the skin and firm the skin. We've got a wonderful, gentle vitamin C. The first pad is kind of your peel pad. The second pad that you put on is your restoring, your calming pad. So let's talk about the peel pad first, because when people see the word peel, they often get afraid because back in the 80s and 90s, we were putting peels on our skin that made the skin actually flake off and peel, and it was unsightly, it could be painful, but don't worry. These peel pads do not do that. Nowadays, when we refer to a peel, we refer more to it as an exfoliator, and it's actually what we call a progressive peel. So a progressive peel does not flake. You don't see skin peeling off, then flaking around your clothes and everything. A progressive peel means we're just lightly taking off a light layer of skin and you hardly notice it at all. So the first layer is the vitamin C and Ferulic peel pad. This is an amazing little pad. It's got a very gentle form of vitamin C, sodium ascorbyl phosphate. It has that ferulic acid in it, but then it also has lactic acid, which is a hydrating acid, pulls water into the skin. It's also brightening. It's got malic acid in it, which comes from apples, which is very firming. And then we have kojic acid, which of course comes from a fungi or a mushroom. And that is antibacterial, so help keeps the skin clear. And it's also very, very brightening. So this is a wonderful brightening and smoothing treatment. It comes in a very nice little pad. Show you what that looks like. Just like a little toner pad. So you're just gonna take this and massage it into your skin. I do my whole face, my neck, and the back of my neck because I have short hair, play tennis, I bike ride, and I get a lot of sun back there, so I treat the whole back of my neck. Also, when we're talking about firming the neck, we want to treat more than just the front of the neck. It's all connected, so we treat the entire neck area and the chest area. And then if I have anything left, these have a really nice little texture to them too, so it gives you that little extra bit of exfoliation manually there. If I have any left, then I hit the back of my hands because the hands take a beating. They get, we use them for everything. And when we drive, they're so exposed in the sun, so they need extra care. The same care we give our face. So that is peel pad 1. You put that on and you wait, 1 or 2 minutes just until the skin dries. And then you're going to put on your calming and repair pad. So this is called a mineral treatment. It has copper peptide in there. We love copper peptide, so firming. It's got zinc in there, and our skin is really hungry for these minerals and just eats it up. We've also got in here a blend of botanical ingredients that are just very calming, anti-inflammatory, reducing redness. Inflammation is a big cause of premature aging, so getting these great anti-inflammatory ingredients on the skin is wonderful, and it looks just like the peel pad. So we're just going to take it again and massage it all over the skin and rub it in really well. Sometimes we think of toner pad, we just kind of go like this and we think we're done. No, you really want to get every little bit of goodness out of these pads, and so you rub them in a circular motion all over your face, your neck, your chest, and the back of your hands. We've got a little bit of watermelon oil in these, which also helps to balance oil production. Sorella puts the most amazing top-notch ingredients into every product. A lot of times you will see a product that they have where another company will just have one of those ingredients. They're taking the most cutting-edge ingredients and putting them right up there together in a synergistic formula that goes to work on the skin really beautifully. So again, once you put that on, your step 2, you've neutralized, you put on your minerals and your calming. Now the next step for you, you can go ahead and do a spritz of the watermelon that you get. I love that. And then what you want to finish every night with is some moisture. So I like to use a balm at night. So I pulled a couple balms to show you guys. One of them that I love is Sorella the balm. And this one, oh my goodness, it smells so good. It's just so calming, so nurturing. I just love it. And I'm going to pat a little bit of that on the back of my hands. This one is not acne safe though. It's not going to hurt anyone or cause any kind of breakouts for anyone who gets a mild blemish here and there. It's actually the shea butter in there is very anti-inflammatory. It's very calming. I even have women who just get one pimple or so when they have their period, and they do great with the balm. It actually calms it and helps it clear up. But if you are truly acne prone, full-blown acne, then I have another choice for you, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it is Ann Balm. And Ann Balm is green. I love it. But it feels and smells so good, and you take the tiniest amount. And the way I use a balm like this one, that's more of a solid oil, I'm gonna spritz my hand with the watermelon and have that little bit in there, mix the water and the balm together, and then I pat that on to the skin. And I do that, and this too smells amazing. Oh, I'm in heaven right now. And so that's the way you're gonna finish every night. So once per week, yes, once per week, you're gonna use the peel pad system. Then the other nights of the week, we're alternating. We're alternating between Resurfacing Elixir and Lemon Lightening Serum. So let's talk about why we're using these and what they do. So Resurfacing Elixir is your retinol alternative. There is retinol in here, but it is called retinaldehyde. Retinaldehyde is a much gentler form of retinol, and even people who say, I can never use retinol, can use retinaldehyde because it is so gentle. They've combined retinaldehyde, Bakuchiol, which is very firming. We have vitamin C in here, and it's one of those more gentle forms of vitamin C. Again, it's sodium ascorbyl phosphate. And then let's see, I wrote down, and so I would remember, niacinamide is in here, vitamin C. What was the other one? Glutathione. Oh, and I love glutathione. This is that cutting edge new ingredient that you don't see very much, but glutathione is a wonderful antioxidant, and it really helps with dark pigmentation as well and lightening up dark spots. So this is a lovely serum. It has that lovely yellow color that you associate with a retinol, but yet it is just so hydrating. It feels so calming and soothing, and yet still you're getting the renewal benefits and the firming and the brightening benefits that you would get from using a full-on retinol serum. Okay, then alternating nights, we're gonna grab on the next night our Lemon Lightening Serum. This little puppy, love it. Lemon Lightening Serum is gonna help prevent future hyperpigmentation or any that you might gather during the day, as well as help diminish any hyperpigmentation that you've already got going on. So love this. Put a little bit on my hand here. Lemon Lightening goes after every aspect of hyperpigmentation. So I often teach, if you watch my other videos, hyperpigmentation is actually an inflammatory response. So if you think of somebody who has rosacea, their inflammatory response is redness and sometimes a few pimples, right? But with people who have hyperpigmentation, their inflammatory response is dark spots. Their melanocytes in their skin just overreact and turn brown. We get brown patches or dark spots, uneven pigmentation, and it's actually an inflammatory response. So it's so smart for Sorella to put things in that actually inhibit the hyperpigmentation, stop or slow hyperpigmentation from actually coming on, and calm that inflammation that triggers that, as well as preventing future hyperpigmentation. So let's talk about some of the ingredients in Lemon Lightening. We have hexyresorcinol. It's a wonderful brightener. We have azelaic acid, which is wonderful for clearing the skin as well as brightening the skin. We have hyaluronic acid in there, which we all know what that is. That's just attracting that water and moisture to the skin, because skin that is over dried, that's another factor they take into consideration with Lemon Lightening, is that skin that is too dry will get hyperpigmentation easier. So they put in here oligopeptide 11, which is your barrier supporting lipid. This is the one that's going to help prevent hyperpigmentation from the skin being dry. It actually helps to prevent photo aging. So smart. We've got Brighten here, which inhibits the future dark spots. So this is what you're putting on to prevent before you go out that day of full sun. You're going to put this on to help prevent that accumulation of dark spots. And then we have all kinds of botanical brighteners in here. We've got licorice root, we've got mulberry, we have arbutin, and all of these are to help brighten any existing hyperpigmentation that you already have. So it's a really, I'm going to put on a little more, it's a really lovely serum and very healing and calming at the same time. So this just, for me, this was the quintessential summertime kit, and I'm so excited to use it through the entire summer. So one night a week, the peel system, just to give that extra smoothing of the skin. And then I'm using my Retinaldehyde serum, which is the Resurfacing Elixir. And then on the next night, I'm using Lemon Lightening Serum, and I'm just going night to night, back and forth, using these two to support my skin throughout the week. Now, if you're on vacation and you're getting, or you're doing a tennis tournament, you're just getting a lot of outdoor activity, that would be a week where you would skip your peel pads. Just don't use your peel pads that week and focus more in on your other two support correctives. When you're using these at night, still top them. Top them off with a spritz of your watermelon, and then choose your balm that you like. Some of our favorites, again, the balm from Sorella. We've got the Ann balm from Anfisa, and then many of you who work with me and are on routines I prescribed for you are using the anti-melatoning cream. This is actually a balm in a cream lotion type container, but it's still very much a balm, and it's wonderful for hyperpigmentation as well. So if you're wanting to add even more hyperpigmentation support onto your little system here, you could use your anti-melatoning cream. It's a tongue twister, that one. And I really love the optical brighteners in the anti-melatoning cream. I use this every day on my neck because those optical brighteners really help to diminish signs of texture, roughness. It just really gives the skin that glassy glow and that beautiful smoothness that I like. I love that glass glow, natural, moist, glowing skin. That's what makes me happy. So I'm going to open up now for questions. Let me hear your questions. What are you wanting to know if you should or shouldn't use during the summer months? And let's get going on that. Let me open up. Okay, I'm going to turn off my volume. And oh my goodness, is this correct? We have no questions. Everybody's got this figured out. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes because every time I do this and I turn off and say, well, there's no questions, and we get off, questions start pouring in. So I'm going to give you guys a little more time. Maybe there's a lag time, but I will keep talking for a few more minutes and give you guys some time to ask some questions if you have them. Important things that you need to keep in mind in the summertime. Not only your nighttime routine, but during the day, you've got to be using your antioxidant serums. Not just vitamin C serums, but some of the other great antioxidant serums that we have as well. Using an antioxidant is really going to help prevent that photo damage from the sun. You've also got to get your SPF on there. I think every esthetician, we sound like a broken record, but you've got to put on your sunscreen. There's some crazy number, 80–90% of premature aging comes from sun exposure. So get out your sunscreen, find one that you love, that you like to put on every day. I use one that I put on and I feel like it makes my skin glow more. And I love the luminosity of it. My foundation, I just use a little foundation, goes on beautifully on top of it. So it's just a normal staple. It's something I want to use all the time. Then I'm always finishing off in the summertime with a little bit of a finishing powder, and I choose to use one of our SPF powders. They're really finely milled so they don't look dry on the skin. They go on beautifully. Color Science makes one that's called Glow, and you really can't see a luminescence. It doesn't have a bronze effect or really a lightening effect, but that glow to it just keeps the skin really glowing. You put it on and you just feel like your skin is just vibrant and glowing, and I'm reapplying with that throughout the day. When you use one of our powder sunscreens, put it on and then spritz with your watermelon mint, and that spritz, the water on top of that powder, makes it virtually waterproof. So if you're reapplying several times throughout the day with your powder and a spritz, you're really taking great care of your skin and you're really protecting it from that sun damage. Okay, we got some questions coming in. Thanks, you guys. Lorena wants to know, how would I incorporate the Plated Intense Serum? It's a little bit spendy, so I want to make sure I use it correctly. So Plated Intense Serum, on the nights when you're doing these, it would go underneath. Put on your Plated Intense, and by the way, I'm loving that serum. Absolutely loving it. It's more firming. It's probably the most firming stem cell serum that I have found yet. But anyway, I put on my Plated Serum, then I'll put on one of these and then put on my moisturizer. Now it's different when you're using a peel pad because we don't want to put it on and then scrub it back off with our peel pads. So you're going to go ahead and do your peel pads 1 and 2, let them dry, and then put on your Plated Serum and then put on your chosen balm. Okay? Let's see. Now we have another question. Darker skin tones need to use SPF 2. And that wasn't a question, it was like a statement. And yes, absolutely 100%. I work with a lot of clients with darker skin, and many of them, some very famous actually even, who have darker skin and they have felt like they don't need to use sunscreen because they don't burn. But now as they're heading into their 50s, they're starting to see that collagen damage. They're seeing that loss of collagen, so the skin is starting to look more crepey, it's starting to look thinner. And so absolutely, even if you don't burn, you've got to be putting on that sun protection to protect that collagen. When collagen gets damaged and when collagen is depleted, it doesn't look great. Just to be honest, it just doesn't look good. So let's take care of that collagen and keep it healthy. All right, Lorena back. She says, I have a hard time getting my Color Science Powder SPF to come out. Oh, I have a trick for that. I've been meaning to make a video for you guys on it. Let me see if I have one right here. I'm going to go grab one. Be patient. Wait for me. Oh, look it. I need a Color Science one. Thank you. I know. Here we go. Thank you, Garrick. Everybody is coming to my rescue and bring me things. So it's the same with the Is Clinical one or with the Color Science one, but in particular, I do this with the Color Science one a lot. I don't know what color this is. I just grabbed one. But the way that you know that it's coming out, because sometimes you feel like it's not, but it is coming out. But what you do is you use your knuckle, or sometimes I use the tip of my nose. But if you use your knuckle and go like this, instantly I have like way too much powder on my knuckle right now. And then it is fully loaded. So then you can go over the skin and you have plenty on there. So just with my nose, this isn't the right color for me, so I don't want to do it, but sometimes I'll just use the tip of my nose to loosen it up a little bit, and then I'm all over the place. But you got to be careful, because if you do this on the tip of your nose and get too much, you're quite coated. Although it's never too much with sunscreen, and if it looks a little bit powdery or minerally on the skin for a moment, just take your mist and mist it, and then that sets it. It becomes moist and beautiful and not powdery looking, and like I said, it becomes virtually waterproof. Water resistant. I'm probably not supposed to say it's waterproof. Nowadays we don't say any sunscreen is waterproof, but it's very highly water resistant. Okay. Yay. So I'm so glad you asked that question, Lorena, because I have heard other people say that about the Color Science powder as well, that it's not coming out. But if you use that knuckle, that you will definitely see it's coming out, and there's plenty of it. You actually even get too much when you do that. Okay, I think we've done it. We've answered the questions for you guys. I want to let you know, definitely when you purchase the system, and that is these 3 products, for a limited time we are giving away the watermelon mist. So this is a great time to get prepared going into summer. Now, if you need any help, you've got special skin, your skin's got special needs, and you're concerned, reach out to us. You can do what we call a skincare checkup at Art of Skincare. They're free. And at the change of the seasons is the perfect time to do another skincare checkup. With a skincare checkup, you get to submit some pictures. You tell us what skincare routine you've been using, what you might be running out of, what your goals are, what direction you might want to go, if you have a brand preference. And then my estheticians and I get together and we create a routine for you. So we like our clients to do that at least twice a year. But if you could do it with the change of the seasons or as you run out of products, it's very helpful, because that way we can keep you on a skincare journey and keep meeting your skin where it's at and make little changes to keep your skin at really its optimal best. I see flagging going on. We've got some more questions. Okay, Joseph. Hi, Joseph. Joseph says, question on the Anfisa balm. Would or could you use this on the body, and how? Oily skin probably would use it on the face. Yes, so some people with oily skin are afraid of using oils on the face even. They're afraid they're just going to turn into a grease lick. And so that's the interesting thing about the Ann balm, is that it does not do that, because if you give oily skin a little bit of oil, it might take a week or 2 for your skin to get used to that change, but it is going to realize it has the oil that it needs, and it's going to stop overproducing. But the way you want to use this is you're going to spritz your hand with a hydrating mist, because your skin needs water. It's made up 70% water, so it needs water. Then you go and get the tiniest little bit, and this little wooden spatula comes with your Ann balm, tiniest little bit, massage together. Now, if you want to put this on the body, you could go ahead and put it on your body. You can put it on anywhere that you like, and completely, let's get some more. I want some more on my body. Joseph, you can put this, and it's so easy to apply, and it's not going to leave a greasy residue if you don't want your body to feel greasy. So another way you could do this, Joseph, is when you get out of the shower, don't dry off every bit of water. Leave the skin a little bit damp. Go over and get your Anfisa balm, warm it between your hands, and then pat it on your skin. And you just need that teeny tiniest bit. A lot of times when we have an oil that we're using on our face or on our body, we overdo it. We use too much, and sometimes it's because we're trying to spread it. But if your skin is wet or you're using a mist mixed with it, it spreads beautifully. It just gives that really nice light bit of oil over the skin so it doesn't feel heavy and greasy. I think we did it. We answered that question. All right, you guys. I'm so curious, Joseph. You're going to have to write in to Maura and let me know how that, I think it was the beta gel. I loved that idea. Joseph wanted to have a new exfoliating gel, and we debated different ones, and Joseph actually came up with the Glymed beta gel, and I love that idea, and I want to hear how it's working out for you. So chat in to Maura. Let us know how your skin's doing and how you're liking your new gel. And I hope that you all found today's live to be very educational and helpful as we move into the summer months. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again. I'm actually going to be live on Thursday. I'm going to be demonstrating our spring, it's a facial, spring facial. We have a special name for it. It's something like Bloom and Brighten, but it's fun. This facial is going to be out of this world. It is a total delight to your senses. So tune in on Thursday and learn some new tricks for your self-care ritual that I think that you will love. Okay? All right, you guys. Take care, and I'll see you all on Thursday.